Hey everyone, welcome back to Mitten State Firearms, your favorite gun channel on YouTube. Hope everybody's having a great night. I've got another good video for you tonight. Tonight what we're going to be talking about is how to take your budget black rifle from budget to ballin' with 5 easy and cheap upgrades. Now, every upgrade I'm going to talk about today is less than $100, and not only will change the look of your rifle, but change the feel of it. So let's get right into it. What I have here, this is my first AR15. This is just a Palmetto State rifle. I know it looks a little bit different. It does have a lot of internals that are changed. The barrel's different, bolt carrier is different. But today we're going to be talking about 5 of the upgrades that I've done that completely changed this gun. And we're actually all less than $100. They were all less than 50 other than the stock. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The gun is clear, no magazine. You can tell here it's unloaded. You see a different bolt carrier group in there. So what we're going to talk about today, like I said, 5 cheap, easy ways to completely change the look and feel of your rifle. And number 1 is going to be this thing on the back here. The stock Magpul. That's a Magpul ACS stock. I think it comes in right around $90, maybe $95. I choose this stock on a couple of my builds because I really like the cheek weld you get. The adjustment's good. It's got a locking bar down here to lock it in. It also has a little storage case on the back for batteries for your optic or earplugs, whatever you want to put in there actually. But 5-piece adjustable, just like your standard stock. And but putting a new stock on there, eliminating the cheap one that comes on most rifles, that comes on most budget rifles, eliminate that. Changes the feel of the gun, changes how it feels on my shoulder, gets a better cheek weld on this one. This is the number 1 thing that I change if I'm going to change something on a budget rifle, try to make it feel a little bit more expensive. Number 2 is your charging handle. Most of the time your charging handle, your mil-spec charging handle is small, which usually doesn't matter, but once you get your LPVO on there, it's hard to get on. This one you can reach from both sides. I can reach it from both sides. It's ambidextrous. It's got a lot more to grab onto in a high stretch situation. You can get your hand in there. You can charge your gun. And a charging handle. This one's a Tribe Defense. Like I said, this is a budget rifle. Everything on here I tried to go, this is my first AR. I tried to go a little bit cheaper on everything. I prefer Radian charging handles or Geisley, but this one is a Tribe Defense. It works great. It's easy to get a purchase on. It's got good texturing where your fingers go on it. So a charging handle, definitely I would replace the mil-spec one. You can usually get, I believe that comes in at about $35, so under 50. Completely changes how your gun feels. You can, especially once you get your optic on there, if you're running a red dot, it's not that big of a deal, but your LPVO sticks up over top. And it's sometimes hard to get your hand on that mil-spec one. This charging handle you can get on both sides, and you can get a good charge on your firearm. Third is the pistol grip. Rather than having the stock standard A2 style pistol grip, I went with a Magpul pistol grip. I put them on most of my firearms. They just feel a lot better. I like the way this one feels in my hand. This is the MOE K2 Magpul grip. It also has a storage spot in the bottom for batteries, accessories, whatever you want to put in it. But this is another thing I definitely change. Helps me have a better grip on the gun. Just feels a lot better in my hand. I don't like that 1 finger groove that comes on the A2 stock. So this is definitely something I upgrade. These are $20, $25 depending on where you get them from, depending on how much you pay for shipping. Definitely a cheap and easy upgrade to do to your black rifle to make it feel a little bit better. So that's the third upgrade I usually do. Number 4 is a foregrip or hand stop. This is a BCM gunfighter. This is my favorite foregrip. You might think it's on there backwards. That's actually how I prefer it. And the reason why is when I hold my rifle with the C-clamp style grip out front on the rail, the way this is with the angle going forward, it makes a nice pocket for my hand when I point my rifle. I got a good pocket. I can hold it up tight against there. I don't hold my foregrip like this. That's not what I use it for. It's just an indexing place to make sure I grab this rail the same every single time. My hand's tight in there. I can get a good pull up against myself. It just feels good. The BCM Gunfighter is the best one I found so far. It's the one I like the best. I put it on a lot of my builds. It's one of my favorite ones. and I believe the Gunfighter comes in at between $40 and $50. It actually might be cheaper than that, but I thought when I bought this one it was $39.99. But definitely a pretty big upgrade. One of the most important things is just making sure you have a consistent grip on your firearm. Every time you reach for it, your hand goes to the same spot, and having a foregrip or hand stop is really important in making that happen. And I choose a BCM Gunfighter. I think you should check it out. One of my favorite ones, like I said, and that's the 4th upgrade to do on your rifle. Number 5 is the rail covers that you see here. This part, those are a rail cover that I put on the rail. Actually, those are the cheapest part of the upgrade. I prefer usually the rail covers I get from either Rail Scales, Slate Black Industries, or VZ Grips. But when I bought these ones, I wanted to keep up with the budget, trying to make things cheaper. This gun runs. It runs like a champ. Everything on here that's a little bit less pricey, it doesn't matter. It's still a shooter. Like I said, all the internals are changed on this one. It was my first rifle. It's a Palmetto State rifle. I ran probably 2,000 rounds through it as a stock rifle without one hiccup. So don't let anybody ever tell you that Palmetto State rifles aren't any good. I can vouch for every single thing that I have that says Palmetto State Armory on it. Runs like it's supposed to, and it never fails. I've never had any problems, just so you know. But these rail covers, not only do they change the look of your rail a little bit, but once you get into shooting a lot more, you do realize that your rail is going to get warm. It's going to get, your hand might get uncomfortable on the M-LOK rail or key mod if that's what way you go. And I just like having those on there. It's another thing with indexing my hand as well. I reach out, I grab the rifle up here, I get that C-clamp, I got my thumb goes over top of the Picatinny on top, and then the rails are right where I grab. They keep the heat kind of dissipated away from my hand, and my hand goes to the same spot every time. I think they look kind of cool. I know this one I didn't do the whole rail because I like the look of the oil slick barrel I have in there. Depending on what it looks like on camera, it changes from blue to green to purple. It's kind of a chameleon paint look. Actually, just while I'm talking about that, I'll show that my bolt carrier group, which is actually kind of dirty right now, is also oil slick, but that one changes more from orange to yellow to pink, stuff like that. So 5 easy, cheap upgrades you can do to your black rifle to make it look a little better, shoot a little better, make it be a little more comfortable. Definitely check out the parts that I suggested. That's 5 different things. Like I said, 5 things under $100 you can do to your budget rifle to make it feel a little bit better. As long as it shoots, you can make it look better, you can make it a little more comfortable, you can shoot it more, and that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what you put on your gun, as long as you get out, you run rounds through it, you train with it, you're efficient with it, and it works. That's more important than anything. But those are some things to do to make it run, look, and feel a little bit better for you. I appreciate you for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Make sure to tag your friends, subscribe to the page, check us out, like our videos, check us out on Instagram. We're on Facebook, YouTube, all that. Check it out. We got a big giveaway coming at 1,000 subscribers. Like I said, thanks for watching. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Have a great Saturday night.